So what I'm going to give you today are 7 practical activities that you can do with your kids throughout the next few weeks leading up to Thanksgiving that will not only bless them in teaching them how to be grateful, but it will also be a blessing to the people around them as the recipients of your kids' gratitude. Hi, I'm Sarah Short, your host of the No Way But Through podcast. This is your weekly one-stop shop for all things mom. How to parent through those exhausting days with your little ones, how to be intentional and connected with your big kids, and how to embrace what truly matters and let go of the rest. From life with a newborn to toddlers to teenagers and everything in between, I'll teach you foundational and practical strategies on how to walk through every season of motherhood with courage and creativity, all while prioritizing your relationships with your kids in a home life where all of you can thrive. My Nana once told me, there's no way but through. Turns out she was right in life and in motherhood. So come along with me as we become better moms together. This is the No Way But Through podcast. Hey y'all, welcome back to the No Way But Through podcast. We are sliding into November, which, gosh, that is so hard for me to believe. I feel like we were just in our bathing suits and it was summertime here. And now we're in the last 2 months of the year. Y'all, can you believe it? One of my sons is finishing up his football season, and now we finished Halloween, and I'm so excited because these next 2 months are some of my favorites of the year. I've told y'all this before, but Jason and I got married at Christmas because I'm such a Christmas junkie. I love it so much. And so we have a lot to look forward to personally as a family, but I know some of y'all do too. You just really love the holidays as much as we do. But before we get into Christmas time, I wanted to start out this month of November giving you some really practical things you can do with your young children in the month of November as you are wanting to foster gratitude in them and building gratitude within them. Last year, I recorded an entire episode on how to foster gratitude in your kids. That's episode 12. So I would really encourage you to go back and listen to that episode. That episode, I share with you very foundational things on how you can foster gratitude with your kids all year long. And it gives you the freedom to not have to do anything the week of Thanksgiving and trying to drum up gratitude in your kids, drum up grateful hearts if they aren't there yet, or if gratitude really isn't present in their hearts yet. There really isn't anything that you can do or that you have to do the week of Thanksgiving to make your kids more grateful. But there's so much that you can do throughout the year that will actually build gratitude within them. And that's what that episode is all about. So I would really encourage you, if you didn't listen to that one last year, it's a longer episode, episode 12. So you might want to break it up into a couple of different times that you're listening to it. But I would really encourage you to go listen to that one if you haven't yet. This week, I wanted to give you some very practical activities that you can do with your kids during the month of November leading up to Thanksgiving, that just to give you some ideas of things that you can do that will impact your kids' hearts right now at their very young ages and help instill hearts of gratitude within them. This is practice. These are all things that you can do this year, these next few weeks, and you can make them traditions if you'd like to. But these are just some really simple, practical things that you can do with your very young children that will help them practice gratitude right now this month. And it's a way for you to remind them how good it is to be grateful for the things and for the people in their lives and for the ways that God has been good to them, even as young little children. Y'all, 2 and 3-year-olds can understand this and do these activities. And the sooner that you begin to develop that gratitude within them, the sooner that you begin to help them reach for gratitude later on in life. It's a pattern that you begin to establish with them from a very young age. No child is born automatically grateful. Sure, some kids may be more prone to gratitude than others, but gratitude really is something that needs to be practiced and instilled in them. So, what I'm going to give you today are 7 practical activities that you can do with your kids throughout the next few weeks leading up to Thanksgiving that will not only bless them in teaching them how to be grateful, but it will also be a blessing to the people around them as the recipients of your kids' gratitude. Jason and I worked so hard at this over the years, particularly when our kids were young, because as I mentioned back in that episode 12, we really wanted to raise grateful children. Gratitude helps fight entitlement, and that remains so critically important to us as parents. So here they are. 7 practical activities you can do with your young kids to help foster gratitude in them throughout the month of November. Number 1, have them mail "Why I'm Thankful for You" cards to family and friends. Y'all, this is such a sweet way for your kids to stop and take time and think about why they are thankful for the people in their lives. Their grandparents, their siblings, their friends' parents, their teachers at church, the mailman, the Amazon delivery guy. We can often save these things for around Christmas time when we put out snacks for our mailman or delivery guys, or we bake Christmas cookies and take them to people. But y'all, November is such a great month before the hustle and bustle of Christmas time to have your kids stop and draw or write cards to the people in their lives and tell them why they are thankful for them. It can be so simple, just 1 or 2 sentences, but let them put stamps on the envelopes and let them sign their names, and you sit with them and help them draw or write out these cards. I can't think of many things I love getting in the mail more than notes or cards from people that I love, especially if they're expressing gratitude for me in some way. Every once in a while, my sister, she will send us cards, letters in the mail from my nieces. It's just the sweetest gesture. My nieces will recount fun times we've had together, what they love about me as their aunt, or what they love about their cousins. And it really is just the sweetest notes that we get in the mail from them. There is so much good in stopping and doing this with your kids and having them put the cards in an envelope and put a stamp on them and take them out to the mailbox and just teach them what it looks like to be grateful for the people in their lives and to let them know that. Also, like I mentioned in episode 12, it gives you a window into your kids. What are they thankful for? Who do they love? Who comes to mind to them when they think about who they're grateful for? It's so very simple, but have them draw a picture, write a note, send a card, letting people in their lives know how much they are grateful for them and why. Number 2, have them list out the gifts they've been given that they're most thankful for. I love doing this with my kids and have from the time they were really little. This piece is a little bit selfish for me, but what I love about this is that it helps my kids look back on the physical gifts that they've gotten over the years, or even if they're little tiny ones, just last year or over the last few months, when it was their birthday, to list out physical gifts that they've gotten that they loved so much and that they're thankful for. This helps reinforce gratitude in their hearts for what they've already received before they get a whole bunch more stuff as Christmas approaches. It helps them pause and reflect on what it is that they've already received that they have to be thankful for instead of just looking ahead to what they're going to get. I love hearing what my kids say and what they write down. I love hearing what gifts were meaningful to them, which ones they even don't play with anymore that were really special to them. And this right here is the part that's a little bit selfish for me. But before I begin doing Christmas shopping for them, and Jason and I are picking out gifts for them for upcoming Christmas, this helps give me a window into what it is that they really have loved. So as I'm thinking about gifts for them for Christmas, I can think through this, gosh, they really loved Legos. I didn't realize how much they loved Legos. And so that's something that I'm going to remember and something I might be getting for them in this coming Christmas. So it not only helps them pause and reflect on what they've already been given and what they're grateful for, but it helps them to not just look forward to what they're going to get in the future. Y'all, what a good practice for our kids to engage in leading up to Christmas. Like, I've already been given so much. God has been so good to me. I've already received so many things. That kind of attitude, fostering that in them, it helps set that foundation before you head into the holidays. Number 3, practice gratitude around your family table. In the hustle and bustle of everyday life as a family, as we get on each other's nerves and we live out life together, it's always been really important to me and Jason that our kids be able to verbalize and recognize what it is in the people that they do everyday life with, their siblings and their parents, the people inside our family, to be able to verbalize and recount what it is that they love and are thankful for in each other. Y'all, we get on each other's nerves. Life over here at the Shorts is not always roses all the time. And we love to stop and give our kids opportunities to say what they're thankful for and grateful for in each other. Things we've done for each other, ways that we are with each other, qualities that we possess that we're grateful for in one another. And there's really no better time to stop and do this than in the month of November when so much is focused around gratitude. Let's not miss the people right in front of us that get on our nerves too, right? I want my kids to be able to see each other and the way that God is working in their siblings. I want them to be able to see that in the context of relationship when it can be hard and trying and tough sometimes to live with other people, right? That we can always reach for gratitude for those people. There is always something to be grateful for in someone else. Y'all, this is just such a good practice for what it looks like to live with other people. This is something they're going to need as they get older and they have college roommates or roommates after college or when they get married. They're going to be living with other people. You can start instilling in them from the time they're really young what it looks like to look at the people that they live with and be grateful for and thankful for things about them, what you see in them. So dinner time or breakfast on Saturday mornings or in the car, whatever it is that you have time, maybe to gather around as a family, spend some time sharing about what it is that you're thankful for in each other. You can do one person one night and another family member another night, or you can just let it flow freely and organically and say, hey, we're just going to spend some time being thankful for one another and sharing that with each other, what we're thankful for about the family that God has given us. Number 4, record your kids on video, telling someone how thankful they are for them and send it. I have a couple of friends who have done this for us over the years and sent videos to my kids on their birthdays or when they've been going through a hard time. And I have saved every one of those videos because they mean so much to my kids and they mean so much to me. It is so easy these days. It's so much easier than that would have been when I was a young mom. But for you just to record a little video of your little ones, record them talking to their grandparents, telling their grandparents why they're thankful for them. Maybe a few things specifically that they're thankful for in them. We are so thankful for when you come visit us. We're so thankful for the way that you care for us. We're so thankful that you take us to the park or for a specific gift you've given us or for the times we get to sleep over at your house, whatever it is. Just for no reason at all, except that you are working with your kids to help develop grateful hearts in them. So make a few videos for a few people, their aunts, your kids' uncles, their friends who live across the country, missionaries from your church who live across the world, whoever it is. Record a few videos throughout the month of November of your kids or your family expressing to people in your lives how thankful you are for them and why. It will make an impact on your kids, and it is likely something they won't forget. Number 5. Call your local assisted living facility and ask them if you can drop by for a visit. Y'all, this is something my family started doing in Thanksgiving in 2014. There was an assisted living facility just down the street from our home, and I called them that year and asked them if there was any way my family could come in and just visit with some of the elderly folks there. What started with that simple phone call turned into my kids and family going in every Thanksgiving morning and setting up paper turkeys and having the residents gather in the lobby and shoot the paper turkeys with Nerf guns. I cannot tell you the impact this had on my young children. Instead of Thanksgiving Day being all about them and going and seeing their cousins and eating turkey or going and hanging out with their grandparents, we took time in the morning to serve and love the elderly people in our community in that facility. We made it fun by having them shoot paper turkeys with Nerf guns, and our kids would set up the turkeys and they would help the residents reload their Nerf guns over and over. And the joy on the faces of those residents in that facility was such a gift to my children. They were able to bring joy into that place just for an hour every Thanksgiving morning, and it became such a special family tradition to my family. I don't know what this might look like for you, but call your local assisted living facility that's close to your home and see if there's anything your family could do, your kids could do, or use our Nerf gun and paper turkey idea. Could they draw pictures? Could they come and play games with the residents for an hour, checkers or something? Could your family deliver some treats for them? Could you even buy some store-made treats that you could deliver for them to pass out? Or if it's not an assisted living facility, where in the community could your family go and serve for an hour or two as a reflection of gratitude for all that God has given you and your family? For your health, for your warm home, for each other. I don't know that there's much my family has done together that has meant more to us collectively than those Thanksgiving mornings we spent at that assisted living facility. It was so special. It was so easy, but it was so meaningful to those residents, yes, but maybe even more so to my kids in teaching them to see others and to be grateful for what God has given them in their lives and to be grateful for the people right here in our community. Number 6, bake cookies or treats and deliver them to your neighbors or put them out for your mailman or delivery guys. I know many people do this around Christmas time when the packages are beginning to arrive by the dozens, right? But what about delivering something to your neighbors just to tell them how thankful you are for them in the month of November? Or having your kids help you bake a treat for some of your best friends and delivering them in November and saying, "We are so thankful for you and here's why." We're not doing this just because it's Christmas and we have Christmas cookies that we've already made. We are doing this because when we think about who we are grateful for, you come to mind. In the busyness of Christmas time, we can spend a lot of time in the month of December focusing things around Christmas, delivering treats to friends. But Thanksgiving, the month of November, helps anchor our kids' hearts to gratitude when the rest of the country is talking about gratitude as well. It helps place a marker on being grateful, not just celebrating the holidays and Christmas and the warm fuzzies that come from that. There are so many ideas on the internet, on Pinterest and Reels and TikToks. I know y'all are listening. If you're looking for fun ideas, there are so many ideas on ways to bless your friends or your neighbors or your grandparents with a treat of some kind. There are so many ideas. I won't list any here because I know it'll be easy for y'all to find them. But maybe think about making or delivering a treat to people you love in your life that you're grateful for and attach a note explaining why and involve your kids in that. You never really know what kind of impact that's going to have on other people, but y'all, I can tell you what impact that's going to have on your kids. You will be fostering in them a focus on being grateful, on expressing gratitude, on putting hands and feet to the gratitude that is building in their hearts. Number 7. Fill a jar with gratitude to God. As my kids have grown up, it has been so important to me and Jason that our kids know that every good gift comes from God. that every good thing in their lives, every relationship, every material blessing, big or small, comes from a God who sees them and loves them and knows them and cares for them. Regularly expressing gratitude to God for His goodness in their lives will serve them so well in the future. Y'all know this because you're adults. You're listening to this right now. You know that if they can learn at a very young age to look to God and be grateful to Him for all that He's given to them, that pattern of relating to Him, that practice of stopping to thank Him for His goodness to them is something that will not only serve them well as it develops further in them, but it'll serve them well later as they get to their older kid years, become teenagers, and into adulthood. Y'all, the best people I know, the most loving people I know, the people I love being around, are the most grateful people I know. And that typically starts with how they see God, how grateful they are to Him for what He's given. And even in the seasons when He has taken away, even in seasons where life has felt dark and hard and scary and lonely, their hearts are so trained and so molded towards gratitude to Him for not only everything He's given, but also His very presence and His promise to never leave them when things get tough. I want my kids to see and know and be able to express, even if their lists of reasons that they're grateful to God when they're 3 years old look like toys and cookies, to be able to express hearts full of gratitude to God. So have them write on little pieces of paper why they are grateful to God and what they're grateful to Him for. What a sweet and tangible way for you as a mom, as parents, to walk by that jar every day in your kitchen with the sweet little handwriting of your kids as they recall and remember and mark down the many ways that God has been good to them. So that's it. Just 7 practical, tangible things you can do with your kids throughout this month of November as you prepare for Thanksgiving to help foster gratitude in your kids' young hearts. Number 1, have them mail "Why I'm Thankful for You" cards to family and friends. Number 2, have them list out the gifts that they've been most thankful for. Number 3, practice gratitude around your family table. Number 4, record your kids on video telling someone how thankful they are for them. Number 5, call your local assisted living facilities and ask them if you can drop by for a visit. Number 6, bake cookies or treats and deliver them to your neighbors or put them out for your mailman or delivery guys. And number 7, fill a jar with gratitude to God. Y'all surely don't have time to do all of them, but maybe pick 1 or 2 of these things and do them with your kids. Y'all, this month of November, it's going to pass. It's going to get busy. You're going to be making plans for the holidays, and the time is going to pass anyway. So why not do a couple of really intentional things, practical things that you'll be able to look back on when December hits and say, gosh, I'm so glad we stopped and did something intentional around gratitude with our kids. We started a tradition. We did something that we can touch and feel, and as we look back on this past month, has blessed not only the people in our lives, y'all, but it's blessed us too, and it's blessed the God we love. I hope these things encourage you. I hope they inspire you to do something intentional with your family, with your young kids this month, as you foster gratitude in their hearts and in their young lives. Y'all, you'll be so glad you did. See y'all next time on the No Way But Through podcast. You've just listened to another episode of the No Way But Through podcast. If you want to connect with other like-minded moms and join our growing online community, head on over to Instagram and follow along with us at No Way But Through. You can always reach me over there throughout the week. And if you'd like to financially support this podcast, there's a link at the bottom of every episode where you can do just that.